the geologist better use that sample properly. I'm not walking into another anomaly. secured the phased rubidium, I need to test if I can use it to transform a barren area of the planet.
I got your anomaly sample. Awesome. Oh, I bet harvesting it was exciting, huh? That's one way to put it. Make it worth my while, okay? I promise I will.
done here. Should I do this now? All done here. Should I do this now?
What are you working on here?
It's, stuff.
Well, it better be important stuff, as it seems to be pulling you away from other tasks.
Yep.
Look, if you want to continue whatever it is you're doing, I'm gonna need to know what you're up to. Like it or not, it's how it works.
I'm fixing things, all right? Just let me work.
Damn it, I wish I knew what he was up to. I have to say, you wanted to talk about your research? Yes, sir. I analyzed the structure of the rock you brought me and compared it to control samples. The results were astonishing. The static anomaly seems to act as a neutron source, producing a new type of radionuclide. Luckily for us, it seems that their radioactive decay is reasonably slow and they do not undergo spontaneous fission. Meaning we don't have to feel threatened, as long as we don't mess with them too much. Of course, assessing how much is too much is a separate issue. I usually prefer to test it in practice. Okay, I trust your judgment. You seem to have made significant progress in a single evening. Well, discovering a new nuclide is one thing. Uncovering possible uses of it is another. And there could be plenty of them. Many entirely risk-free. Like advanced geological analyses for mining, or nuclear medicine. Huh. Oh. Okay. You convinced me. Perfect. Huh. That's definitely something to keep me going while working on less engaging things. Damn it, I wish I knew what he was up to.
I'd like to draw your attention to something.
What is it? Did you make any progress on the potential uses of those radionuclides? Let me guess. As a geologist, you focused on ways to utilize it in underground scanning. Wow, looks like you're really into this. And here I was going to tell you that I kind of stopped being hyper about those isotopes. Oh, I see. Well, better sooner than later, I guess. Exactly. There's nothing worse than continuing uninspired work out of some pointless sense of obligation. Hey, but you know what's dope? Prism Anomalies. Pardon me? I have a feeling that the area affected by the prism anomaly is somehow changed by the constant superposition. We could open up a whole new field of quantum geophysics. All I need is one little pure sample, and the prism anomaly isn't even radioactive. You in? Actually, that is interesting. I suppose it can't hurt to try. The prism is a fascinating phenomenon, after all. See? Our priorities align.
I need to look around and find the perfect location for my terraformer to work. This looks like a good place to build a terraformer. I hereby declare the terraforming process initiated. All I can do now is wait and see if the next cycle brings any effects. Let's hope the geologist puts it to good use this time.
I went for that prism anomaly sample. Huh, took your sweet time, didn't you? Excuse me? I'm just teasing you. I can't wait to start testing it. Finally, you wanted to talk.
I know how to fix the problem.
What problem?
Well, the one I've been working on.
Right? But what have you been working on?
The faulty phasers, of course.
Oh? Well, good idea. Yes, that design could use some remodeling.
Yeah, I'm missing key data.
And you want me to, what, provide it for you?
Yep.
See? Even you need help from a teammate sometimes. It's not help, it's your job.
Unless you want to keep embarrassing yourself with that amateurish junk.
Okay, so what is it you need?
A type Delta 13 atmosgraphic analysis.
You mean...
You haven't heard of it. It's performed automatically by nanosniffer arrays on every space mission. Oh, you haven't heard of those either.
We need to retrieve one from the SIBA wreckage. Okay. Slow down, cowboy. In case you were too absorbed in your project to remember, the SIBA base has been annihilated by the sun. I doubt anything can be retrieved from it.
That data is stored on incombustible devices.
Oh, that's a relief. In that case, all we have to do is search for a needle in a haystack. If this really is so important, we are a professional crew of creative and knowledgeable scientists capable of making their own quantum computer and recreating themselves in the form of alters. Can't we simply put our brains together and perform this mission-critical atmosgraphic analysis ourselves?
I prefer to trust those sniffers. Just give me my data.
Designed and implemented by now to optimize the efficiency of space.
Hey, Ombot. Hello again. What would you like to discuss today? Have you ever heard of a Delta 13 atmosgraphic analysis? It's supposed to be performed by something called nanosniffer arrays on space mining missions. Great question. I'm sorry to disappoint, but I am not familiar with every specific detail of Alloy Corp technology. However, if I were to make an educated guess, it sounds like some kind of default sampling performed to monitor the state of the atmosphere on alien planets. May I ask what you need it for? I don't know exactly. How so? My alter seems to think he can use it to improve our phasers somehow. I promise to help him try. Any ideas how I could go about it? Educated guess, again. Data like this would probably be stored on an electronic storage device. Of course, such a device would be inactive by now. Yes, I know, and probably buried somewhere deep underground. Under plenty of planetary sediment. Maybe some kind of hugely powerful nonlinear junction detector would make sense here. Yes, insightful thought. Or you could simply reuse the technology of your polygonal scanner. With its multi-approach system and custom calibration functionality, it should be reprogrammable for your specific needs. Is it just me, or do you sound like an Allied Corp manual?
I'm simply trying to help.
Of course. Thank you.
Benito here. Should I switch to this? Benito here. Should I switch to this?
You wanted to discuss something? I analyzed the prism rock. And it definitely opened a lot of doors, if not gates. I hoped to find the superposition of states of the rocks, decoherent branches, but instead, I encountered some sort of mirror particles, reflections of reflections of reflections. A quantum dispersion, let's call it. Interesting. What's your next step? Good question. There are so many possibilities. Maybe too many? Which should I tackle first? I like to start by developing a working theory. It will likely be wrong, but falsifying them is as exciting as proving them. And it will give you a sense of direction. Right. Yeah, that's very reasonable. And also quite complicated. How to apply the knowledge of a cosmomineralogist to matters so deeply connected to quantum astrophysics. This requires a lot of brainstorming. Honestly, I wish we had an R&D team that could help. Maybe I should postpone this little project, revisit it another time. You keep giving up so easily. Where is your persistence? All you need to do is go to a whiteboard and start writing. Sounds like a lot of tedious work to establish whether there's anything substantial to work with. And tedious work is not what I have based my career on. And my method is to try out a lot of things, see what has the best potential. So what now? Maybe revisit your radionuclides? Going back? No, that rarely does it for me. I'm all about progress. Hey, you know what could potentially be a huge leap forward? Research on the time anomaly. You've just admitted that the prism anomaly has overwhelmed you. What makes you think this one won't be even more difficult? Because I've realized it's within my area of expertise. See, it touches upon matters I've been thinking about a lot since I started dabbling in geology. Radiometric dating was what first drew me to this field, you see? You could say that's my favorite kind of dating, huh? Really? Listen, I know I haven't brought you anything tangible yet, but I have a great feeling about this one. Instinct. Remember? Think about it, okay? you go. One time anomaly sample. Any idea how to use it? Plenty. I've already planned all the tests. Oh, this'll be huge. I just know it.
samples to analyze in the base. Curious. The roots here have grown into the rock structure. The wall looks more vulnerable now. Maybe I could take advantage of that. That should be enough. Let's see what the Sam makes of them.
So, are you ready to share your research results? Is quartz ready to undergo inversion at 1063 Fahrenheit? That's 573 Celsius. Yes, it is. You are going to be so astonished by this. Just get to the point. So, remember when I told you how much I enjoyed radiometric dating back at university? I had a hunch that the time anomaly might slow the rate of decay in the formations affected by it, and at first I thought that's just it. I analyzed a sample, and its absolute age was younger than that of my control sample. But then, I spilled coffee on my notes, and I wasn't sure what the exact numbers of my first dating were, so I decided to repeat it. and the absolute age of the sample was distinctly younger than I remembered. You could have misremembered, of course. That's why I repeated it a few more times throughout the next day. Listen, Jan. That anomaly doesn't seem to slow time for minerals. It rewinds it. That's not possible. I was inside one a few days ago. I definitely don't feel any younger. Maybe your exposure to it was too short. Maybe its de-aging effect commences after a few days, a week, a year. Maybe it only affects rocks. Come on. You know very well that dismissing a thesis at such an early stage when there's so many pieces missing is highly unprofessional. The foundations are there. Now I need to dive deeper. What are you thinking? Like I said, I already tested my hypothesis on minerals. I like to go one step further and try to apply the effect on a human being. Myself, of course. It's too dangerous. You are a geologist, remember? What if you hurt yourself? You could die.
That's a bit dramatic.
We don't even have an infirmary. I'll be fine. We walk through time anomalies all the time. Pun intended. Besides, so many great inventions would never come to be if people were afraid to take risks. Are you planning to talk me out of it? First, tell me more about the experiment. Sure, I've been thinking about isolating the isotope that's linked to the rewinding effect and exposing myself to it through stimulated emission. Radiation. I see. And how are you planning to control the dose? I'll estimate the safe range and likely repeat the experiment a few times before being affected. Unless you want to join me and be responsible for the length of the exposure. Of course, I want to participate. It's a task for at least 2 people. And you're curious too, obviously. So, it's settled. I'm ready when you are. Did you see what happened to our neighboring valley? Amazing! Total transformation. We could actually turn this planet into a new Earth and populate it with a colony. What do you think? As far as it is from the scope of our project, it is a tempting vision. Just imagine little kids running around here, shooting anomalies with their toy illuminators. Children are so creative. On second thoughts, maybe let's put this idea in the for later folder. Any thoughts on the terraforming?
Nice job.